Hey everyone, Oofstin here. Let's talk about Dead by Daylight. While not a topic that I cover at all on my channel, Dead by Daylight has been a part of my life ever since the beta, all the way back in 2016. But even though this game has a special place in my heart, and I do love it, I see myself more critical of the Dead by Daylight franchise and more willing to point out flaws within the game and the developers than other games that I love. I've had plenty of phases where I've claimed to have hated this game and despised it, such as the time between Freddy and Clown's release, a small time during Plague's release, the entirety of All Kill, and most recently, the longest break I took, which was between Pinhead's and Wesker's release. But since then, I've realized that I genuinely love this game despite its flaws, and I like to think that I've grown as a person and realized that needlessly hating on a video game and their developers isn't going to help anything, with constructive criticism being far better than shitting on development decisions, even if it is something as bad as All Kill. So I hope that helps you gain a better perspective of my mindset when discussing the topic of this video, which is the first ever new limited time modifier for Dead by Daylight, Lights Out. If you aren't already aware, Lights Out is a new game mode that places the survivors and killers into a map that is constantly under an effect that can mostly be described as Dredge's Nightfall but on crack. Along with the everlasting darkness of this new trial type, survivors and killers are also reduced to their base loadouts, unable to use perks, items, add-ons, or offerings. The killer, no matter which you play, also no longer has a heartbeat, which means that any of the vast cast of characters can sneak up on you without you ever hearing them coming, except for Freddy because he's the only one that's not playable in this mode. With that all being said, what do I think of Lights Out? Did I love it? Hate it? Despise its very creation? Well, I think it's safe to say that I fucking love Lights Out. Ever since DBD's release, I've always wanted a game mode that completely removes the heartbeat. Playing against stealth killers has always been my favorite part of the game, and allowing each killer to become undetectable has to be my favorite aspect of this mode. But if that's all Lights Out was, a mode where it was dark and there was no heartbeats, I don't think I would have liked it as much. But the removal of the loadouts has been such a breath of fresh air. No longer do you have to worry about a survivor using dead hard on you, or a killer running no-ed. With everyone stripped down to their base kits, it makes the game far more enjoyable, and it's some of the most fun I've had in Dead by Daylight since its launch. I also really like the decision to remove all progress bars from this mode, including generator repair, healing, the endgame collapse, and more. As pointed out by my good friend DG, there's something so satisfying about watching the generator's animations change slightly as you reach the end of the repair progress, rather than just watching a bar fill up. I do have a few small criticisms. I feel like the lack of custom game support is frankly insane, and I really hope these new modifiers receive support in custom soon. Another aspect I don't like is that while I love the decision to remove loadouts, I feel like Bloodpoint offerings should still be allowed. My final complaint may be controversial, and I know most won't agree with me, but I don't really like how they removed the heartbeat yet decided to keep the red stain. I feel like removing the red stain as well would have made this mode far more enjoyable and way scarier. Lights Out holds incredible promise in my opinion. I know a lot of people were disappointed that 2v8 wasn't their first game mode, but there's no reason to assume we won't get it at all. Lights Out was just a testing ground to make sure implementation of new game modes would work, and it's safe to say that it does. I'm confident that we'll be seeing things like 2v8 and 5v5 later down the line, maybe even near the end of the year. While behavior can still do much better, I think they're on the right track, and maybe by the end of the year that god-awful Ask Me Anything they did will just be a distant memory. Thank you all for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and let me know what you think of Lights Out. If you want to see more from me, I stream Dead by Daylight every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. EST, with an exception when it comes to PTV week. Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.